Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, lots of people asking about the status of the Vietnam Dong. I think I did a report, probably about a couple weeks ago. Slowly but surely, the Vietnam Dong is gaining in value against the US dollar, but not in the way people are hoping for. The thing is, just be patient. I told you the US dollar is crashing. It's unavoidable. As the dollar continues to crash, other currencies should rise against it. Now, Vietnam's economy is recovering in a big way. I told you in 2020, they managed to have the second best, I think, in the world economy. They weren't really affected by the RONA. And then in 2021, somehow magically, they got a little bit affected, but even so, not enough to really make a major difference. They still gained on the US dollar. We know that they were on the currency manipulation list again. Of course, nothing was really done to them, but they promised, as usual, to be good people and do something about it. So what did? They went out and bought a ton of American dollars. Even so, the rate of the exchange continues to increase in favor of Vietnam. That's what's going on, but there are some other things happening that we have to look forward to, just like Iraq. The difference between Iraq, I should say, and Vietnam is this. Iraq is starting from scratch. I mean, they are really rebuilding their infrastructure. They're trying to get away from relying so much on oil, where Vietnam, I mean, they're already up and going, and they have a strong economy. It's just only going to get stronger as they continue to do business with other countries around the world, especially after the whole trade war with Trump and China that moves a lot of companies out of China and into Vietnam, Malaysia, Taiwan, Indonesia, all those areas. One thing's for sure, the Taiwan dollar is another one of those currencies I was talking about. It's actually grown quicker in value than the Vietnam dollar is right now. So let's get into the positive news about Vietnam that should make you feel good about holding on to the currency. Before we get started, if you could do me a favor and just hit the thumbs up button, the like button that is. This helps us get past the YouTube algorithms. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. A reminder to everybody that I am not a financial advisor, I'm not a lawyer, nor an accountant. All the information that I share with you is of my own opinion.
Hey, look, I want to talk about this Amber Lolly product again. Whenever something good comes along, I do want to talk about this. My neck, I had a kink in my neck from hell, and the pain was, it gets to a point where you get headaches. So I just grabbed the cream and I rubbed that crap on the back of my neck. After a while, you don't even realize that the pain is gone. You're just going, and how we are several hours later, and I'm still, there's no pain. And it works really quick. I like that. So joint pain and muscles, sore muscles, nice. And then here's the thing about me. I get offered all the time. People want to come on, they want to be sponsors, they want to be this. My thing is, if I don't use your product, I'm not interested. You know, I can sell out everything and make a ton of money, but no, you know, my subscribers to me are very important. But this product here, absolutely, I'm going to endorse this. I like it a lot. AmberLolly.com.
Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. So head on over to moneymetals.com and buy gold and silver. That's right, you could personally own it and have it. And keep in mind, if you spend more than $100 on your first purchase, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. You guys know I have this alternative website. I encourage you guys to go check it out, because over here we do have videos that I cannot play on YouTube and videos that have been banned from YouTube. All proceeds go to finding life's purpose. Be careful from people trying to scam you, posing as me. Whenever I reply to your comment, there will be a black circle or a gray circle around my name. If there is no circle or shade around my name, then it's not me. I will not be sending you to WhatsApp or Telegram or Telegraph or anything like that asking you for money. From time to time, I will use material that is considered copywritten. I am just posting this to let you know that I am exercising my fair use rights. Okay, we've spoken about this before. I think people are hoping and wishing, and I don't blame you, so am I, that for the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnam dong or the Zim dollar, that there's going to be some miracle RI or RV called. I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but if we're being realistic about things, it's easier to pay attention to how the economies are going and then watch these currencies actually gain in value against the US dollar as the US dollar falls out of favor with the rest of the world. Then you will start to see that your investment is paying off. We all want the world to do a great currency reset. There is tons of talk about it. There is tons of talk about them doing debt forgiveness. There is tons of talk about them reevaluating all the currencies. We've heard about this for a long time. But until they actually do it, there are other things we can look at that can let us know one way or another if the currency we invested in is going to be worth it. That is, we got to take a good, strong look at how their economy is going, stability, security, expansion, politics, trade. This is how you can determine whether a currency is worth investing in. Now, we knew once the trade war happened with China and companies were moving over to Vietnam, that expansion in Vietnam was going to help its currency grow, despite the fact that they actually try to hold it down. The one thing about Vietnam that is not in our favor, you got to understand, is they love manipulating their currency, keeping it down just like China does. And the reason for that is they provide cheaper labor over there. Big companies, Microsoft, Apple, they all go over there and they have them people produce products for us. It's cheaper. The labor costs way cheaper. There's a lot of products made over there. It's cheaper to have them make it than for us to make it here in the United States. Until our own politicians do something about that and actually care about the American people and put some kind of taxes instead of selling us out to these big corporations, we have to tolerate what's going on. Or until the American people get fed up and do something about it. As long as labor is cheaper in China and in Vietnam and Indonesia and these other places, companies are going to continue to outsource products being made. And they'll continue to do what it takes to manipulate the currency to hold it down so that the labor stays cheaper and companies continue to go over there and help them expand economically. Here we go, even more. Look at this. European enterprises see bright future in Vietnam. Yeah, we know this. There's been many countries eyeballing Vietnam as the target place to go to start new businesses, new manufacturing companies. The EU is no exception. Many big European businesses revealed its expansion plan in Vietnam, showing that Vietnam plays a crucial part in the production and consumption markets. Is anybody surprised that they're expanding over there? They're already embedded in there. They just want to expand. A managing director of Bosch Vietnam recently revealed the company has a roadmap for the next 5 years to continue its expansion plan in Vietnam by doubling the capacity of its software center with the establishment of a new branch in Hanoi, scaling up production footprint in Dong Nay, and establishment of a corporate office in Ho Chi Minh City. The plan is one part of an ambitious to make Southeast Asia a country the leading development hub for the Bosch Global Group. See what I mean? These people aren't just moving small manufacturing companies over there. They're moving like headquarters over there, the whole 9 yards. So that's a pretty big movement. So you can see here it says, it now employs approximately 5,000 employees, operates high-tech manufacturing plant in Dong Nay province, 2 R&D centers in Ho Chi Minh City, and offices in Hanoi and Da Nang. So that's a pretty big company. It's a pretty big size over there. So Bosch is a company that's not worried about as far as the RONA is concerned. You can see the same thing here about Decathlon. This is sporting wear. It says, there is no doubt that Vietnam is and will remain a key destination country for its production. They're talking about Decathlon sporting wear. Its forecast and the production sharing allocated are showing that the growth will restart strongly in 2022 and is planned to ramp up in the coming years. So all this is great news for Vietnam. More expansion, more companies coming there, more businesses, more people employed. This is why you're seeing the Vietnam Dong exchange rate creeping up. People are not even paying attention to it. That's because it's not enough to go ahead and write home to mom about. You know what I mean? It's going up. That's what you want to see happen. Is other currencies gain against the US dollar. I know that sounds terrible if you're in the US, but if you're investing in foreign currencies, heck yeah. The US dollar is dead anyway. And I have people argue with me all the time. It's not dead, man. Look at this. It's never going to change, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're already seeing it happen. Russia and India are already making deals in which they do not trade in US dollars anymore. If you think that's the only time that's going to happen, you're sadly mistaken. The world is turning away from the US dollar. How it continues to push down the price of gold and silver is beyond me, considering they keep pumping out dollars like it's candy. They're just devaluing their dollars, what they're doing. It says Vietnam has a large, young, and qualified workforce in production industry, enabling to manufacture more and more categories of products. All these points are extremely favorable to accompany Decathlon's future growth. You can see right here the EVFTA Global Opportunity. Speaking at a Meet Europe 2021 event, chairman of the Eurocham emphasized, now we have turned a corner in our fight against the pandemic. It is important that we focus on the future of the EU. Remember, the EU is made up of a bunch of countries over in Europe. Vietnam trade and investment. Our aim is no longer just to survive, but to thrive. There are huge opportunities for a great partnership between Vietnam and the EU post-pandemic, as EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement, which has been in force since 2020, establishes a gradual reduction of tariffs and a mutual opening of markets, unleash a new wave of trade for both business communities. So you can see right here, the EU and Vietnam, there is a great growth potential for both, but definitely in Vietnam. The EU is looking at Vietnam as the hub to do a lot of business, but they're not the only people. So speaking of monetary policies, monetary policies help Vietnam's economic recovery growth. It says, amid the challenge of the RONA, a flexible monetary policy and fiscal and other microeconomic policies have helped stabilize the Vietnam economy and support its recovery. But whether the growth momentum will be sustained is still uncertain, as the pandemic remains complicated with the recent emergence of the Omicron. I don't think it's going to be a problem. It's already on the downside, the new so-called variant. But don't be surprised if they don't magically come up with a new one here soon. I don't know. We seem to be slipping through. Whatever this movement was, whatever this thing they try to do, it doesn't seem like it's going quite the way they had planned it. It says, after 3 rounds of interest rate cuts in 2020, the State Bank of Vietnam kept its rate unchanged in 2021. That's a good sign. To facilitate credit institutions to access funds from the central bank with low costs, and directed commercial banks to lower the lending rates in the appropriate manner. As a result, overall loan rates dropped by an additional 0.77% following the reduction of 1% in 2020. Now, what that does is it makes borrowing money cheaper and helps business expand. Now you can see right here, the exchange rate between the US dollar and the Vietnamese dong have remained stable. No, little by little, the Vietnam dong is gaining on the US dollar. While many major currencies in the region fell sharply compared to the US dollar, market liquidity was guaranteed and legal demand for foreign currency was met. Based on the economic growth target of 6.5% and inflation of 4% in 2021, the state bank set the credit growth target for the whole year at 12%, with flexible adjustments in accordance with actual situations. So this is how they managed to stay stable while the rest of the countries were struggling. It says Vietnamese central bank also continued to instruct commercial banks to focus their lending on manufacturing and other priority sectors while restricting lending to risky sectors such as property and securities. We're seeing that happen everywhere. Even here now in the United States, it's really hard to get like an equity loan or to just go ahead and refi and take out extra money. They'll refi the remaining balance and lower your payments, but it's really hard to to get money from a refi right now. They're being really strict about it, and rightfully so. As of November 2021, credit has grown to 10.77% compared to the end of 2020. Inflation is also rising, posing challenges to the State Bank of Vietnam's regulation of monetary policy. Some international organizations have focused their inflation on Vietnam in 2022 will be around 3.5 to 4% and may even be higher depending on the global commodities prices. So everybody's trying to do what they can to help with inflation. It's real simple. Revalue gold and silver. That will help big time. Okay, but you could see here Vietnam is doing really good. Still, it's been that way for a while. It continues to grow. It continues to expand. All this contributes to a very healthy economy in Vietnam. It also lends to a very healthy, strong currency. So we just continue to keep an eye on the currency and watch it grow against US dollar. And just like the Iraqi dinar, probably not at the pace you were hoping, but at least it's going in the right direction. So I know everybody wants the big RI and RV. We all do. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. What I'm saying is there are other things that we are keeping an eye on that we want to see happen that allows our investments to gain value. So hang tight, you guys. Be patient. But again, there is a lot of talk about a global reset that's been going on for quite some time. It's almost inevitable compared to everything that's going on. We'll just see how they're going to handle it. Anyways, that's it for now. Hit the thumbs up button if you're not a subscriber. Please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.